Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to my channel. Today's sketch is this one right here. It has one large photo. Looks like the paper is divided up into a 1/3 section and a 2/3 section. And then there's some florals for decoration. Now, I'm probably not going to use florals because I am scrapbooking a photo of a helicopter. So I just have a couple more photos and our Castle Air Museum trip will be finished. So I'm going to use this one. I'm also using my lovely leftovers because I'm using this plaid piece. I'm using this gorgeous Up and Away stencil from Scrapping Reflections. So let's see what I can do. All right, you guys, I am going to start out with the Up and Away stencil, and I'm also going to grab my Pink and Main blender brush. I love this bad boy. So I do have one for each basic color, you know, the red, pink, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. And I also have a teal one because I am a lazy butt and I don't clean them. So this one is just used on yellow inks, and they're all for dye inks. I don't use my pigment inks in these. I still use blending foam for pigment inks. So this is the color Saffron from Close to My Heart. Honestly, you guys, I have no idea if it's a current color or not. I don't know. These are the things I do not know, guys. These are the things I do not know. So I am just using my stencil here to go ahead and get these airplanes on this layout. Now this might be funky to some people because my photo is of a helicopter, but realistically they are all aircraft, and I am okay with airplanes on a helicopter layout and vice versa. As a matter of fact, I'm even going to bring in a biplane epoxy flare, so I'm not concerned at all. Okay. Now, here's the thing. I am making sure to make this dark, and it does not exactly match the yellow in the plaid. Now, I wasn't going for an exact match of the yellow plaid, in case you were wondering. I was just looking for a nice, deeper, darker yellow color. And that's what I got. And it turns out I have thickers that are pretty close to that color, so that made me super happy because my title kind of repeats that color in the background. Now, for some reason, this vanilla ice cream colored cardstock, I don't know what the true name is of it, but it reminds me of a vanilla ice cream. It's not the same length as my, it's a 12 by 12 cardstock that's not the same length as my 12 by 12 paper. Now that irritates me. I don't know if it irritates you guys, but 12 by 12 paper should be 12 by 12 is 12 by 12 is 12 by 12, but it's just not. Frustrating for me, for sure. So I have this scrap of paper here, and honestly, I can't remember if it was in my lovely leftover kit at the beginning or if it was an addition, but I decided that it was a good kind of base for my photograph. Now, I was thinking of bringing that gray in a little bit more and matting my photograph on gray paper, but you know, I was being lazy and didn't want to roll my chair over the 6 inches I needed to roll over to reach the gray cardstock. Now that's lazy, but it's okay because the layout turns out and I don't think it's really missing it because of the other stuff I do. Now, this is one of those cases where I feel like I don't do a heck of a lot of decorating on this layout, but ultimately I am happy with the result, and it's one more page to being done with the Castle Air Museum album. I've got like a random bunch of photographs that just need to be done, and then I can put the date and stuff like that on the binder of the album, where the book plates are. So I've got all of these albums that are almost finished, and I don't know why I'm dragging my feet to actually finish them. So I am going to go ahead and use the Up in the Clouds stencil, or no, Cloudy Day. I decided to name it Cloudy Day instead of Up in the Clouds because the airplane stencil was up and away, and I didn't want to have two ups Just didn't want to. So I am using some Fallen Snow Glitter Glaze from Brutus Monroe, and it is almost gone, and it's almost dried out. So it is like heavy spackle right now, you guys. But there's just a tiny little bit in there, and I am going to make it work. So I go ahead and stencil 3 clouds, and then I flip it over and I'm going to stencil 2 more clouds, and that uses up that bit of glitter glaze. Now, glitter glaze is back on the Brutus Monroe website, so if you are interested in that, you need to get yourself over there, because, oh my goodness, you guys, glitter glaze. And it might be time for me to get some more because, you know, my stash is dwindling. It is dwindling. And if I showed you my glitter glaze place where I store it, you would look at that and be like, that stash is not dwindling. What are you talking about? But for me, that's dwindling stash. Like, seriously dwindling stash. Okay. So now I am having those glittery clouds right there. And you guys, it's almost dry. So I just grab a pair of scissors and I am going to fussy cut them out. Now, I should have gone and washed my hands because I do have some yellow ink on my fingers, and it does transfer onto the clouds. Like there's a little bit of a yellow tinge where I've touched the glitter glaze. It is a white glitter glaze, and you know, I've tinted it now. I'm okay with it. It's not stressing me out. Because the whole layout kind of has like a yellowy tinge hue to it, and that's not bothering me. But if it does bother you, be sure that you wash your hands before you're touching your glitter glaze, because especially because it's a little bit damp. It's not wet, it's just a little bit damp. And if it's like that, what you're going to have to do is wash your hands so you don't get any transfer. That's if you've got ink, paint, anything like that, just wash your hands. But like I said, I didn't. I mean, I was too lazy to roll my chair 6 inches. I was definitely going to be too lazy to get up and walk out of the room and wash my hands at the sink. I mean, come on. I've also got to wash this stencil. Usually I get up and go wash my glitter glaze immediately off my stencils. Because, you know, it dries and hardens on there, but I didn't do it this time either, so that's gonna be fun to go get that glitter off of there. Now, stencils. Always, don't do what I just did. Always get your thicker media off of your stencils quicker. If you're just using ink on your stencils, sometimes I don't clean them ever, but sometimes it's okay to wait until your page is finished. Now, I definitely should have went and washed off this glitter glaze because it was already starting to dry up, but you know what, I just didn't. So I'm taking this largest cloud and I'm going to go ahead and tuck it between the photo and kind of that paper mat, and then I'm going to go ahead and add some more clouds. Now, originally I was just going to have the clouds up at the top, but I thought that this little cloud was cuter down here at the bottom, and then I'm going to tuck in this circular flare. And then I'll have that biplane flare over here in the right hand corner. And my original idea was just to have embellishment on that diagonal from this cloud on the bottom up to the clouds on the right hand side, but that changes. My idea changes. I do decide to pop up this cloud here at the bottom so I can kind of tuck that epoxy flare into the cloud a little bit. And there is nothing about this particular epoxy flare. It is a check. It's nothing that screams airplanes, aircraft, helicopters, whatever. I just thought it was a good match color-wise. And then the biplane gets up here at the top, kind of nestled into those 2 clouds. Now I'm kind of looking through my lovely leftovers kit and I'm pulling out stuff and I'm like, what can I make work? And then I was like, you know what? I have circles on both of these cloud areas, and I don't have a circle over on this one. So I'm going to take off this little sunshiny face and put it over here and just tuck it just a little teeny tiny bit under that cloud. Now I have 3 different circular shapes in my clouds, and that kind of makes me happy. So now I've pulled out the sticker that says life, and I've kind of got a couple ideas kind of percolating in my head. I'm not exactly sure which one I'm going to go for. So I just decide to flip through my stuff, my little stash here that's quickly dwindling, much more packaging in my kit now than actual product, which is exciting because, you know, that's the whole point of it. But now I'm trying to figure out what it's going to be. So I go to my stash and I have these yellow chipboard thickers, and you guys, they're a pretty good match for the ink, and that makes me happy. I don't have any more eyes. I've already used them all, so I take a J and just trim it down. So now it says Air Life, and I could have left it that way, but I decided not to. Now, I was going to bring in this green color because I do have green up at the top of the page in the plaid, but ultimately I decide to kick that to the side and just go with black letter stickers. I figured I had black in the airplane, black on the word life, and I could just go ahead and add some more black letter stickers. So I'm spelling out living, and then I don't know what in the world I'm thinking, but I was not spelling correctly, so I forgot that I needed an N, and I didn't have any N's on the sticker sheet, so I took a W and chopped off one of the lines on the W, and then I was like, oh man, I need another I. I didn't need another I. How many I's are in the word living? Not 3. So I took a K and chopped that to pieces. And then I realized I didn't actually need another I, so the poor K got mutilated for no reason. So now that I've got the G, and then I was going to spell living that air life, but I kind of ran out of room. So I was going to be like, okay, well, I'll just put the A there and then tuck the T, but I was like, no, I don't like that. So I'm just going to put this here that says living the air life. And then I decide that there's not enough going on this layout. It's kind of low embellished, and I have one cloud that's kind of popped up already, so I decided I should pop up another one. So I pulled off this larger cloud of the 2 over here on the right hand side of the page, popped some fun foam on that bad boy, and then placed it back down over top of the exact place that it was. Now I'm thinking about adding enamel dots or something like that, but I'm like, you know what? No. I kind of like this page the way it is. It feels like there's a lot going on. There's a lot of pattern. I've got wood grain pattern. I've got a horizontal stripe. I've got a plaid, and I've got an airplane pattern, which, you know, I kind of made myself. So there's a lot going on this layout, even though there's not a lot on the layout. So I do line a few bits of journaling here, and I'm just talking about how we love seeing the helicopters too at the Air Museum. And I mean, you know, it doesn't matter if it's an airplane or a helicopter. It was just a fun time exploring everything, and it really was just a really awesome time. So there's that little sunshine guy peeking out of the cloud. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for joining me every day for these videos. We have been going at least one video every day since February 1st, 2020, and here we are. It's been over a year, and we are over halfway finished with 100 sketchy videos. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again real soon for another video.